This is Jeopardy! Please welcome today's contestants. Player 1, Player 2, Player 3, and now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny. Hi, folks, and welcome. Here we go. The Jeopardy round is where we start, as always. Here come the clues in these categories. Let's go to Suriname. Zoology. TV nostalgia. Pets. Brit speak. And literary characters. Player 1, start us. Since many of Suriname's workers come from India, this religion is practiced by almost 30%. Okay, Player 1. Use the Wii remote or press the corresponding direction on the plus control. Hey, you're right. We return to you. In a 1667 deal, the English got New York City, and these people got the territory that would become Suriname. Player 1.
Yeah!
Right. Player 1, back to you. A powerful presence in the country is Suralco, part of this giant metals company. Let's hear it, Player 1. Yep. Select again. Suriname is wedged between Guyana and this dependency. Yes, Player 1. Good. Player 1. About half of Suriname's 439,000 people live in this capital city. Player 1. Good. You again, Player 1. The giant Pacific This may have as many as 1,600 suckers on its arms. They help it to taste and touch. Okay, Player 2. You got it. You get to pick again, Player 2. While it doesn't breathe fire, the dragon named for this Indonesian island does kill its prey with its deadly saliva. Yes, Player 1. That's correct. Player 1, you pick again. Doggone it, a mud puppy isn't a little doggy, but a large one of these amphibians. Let's hear it, Player 1.
Yeah!
Good for you. Please pick again, Player 1. A type of this snake that sounds like a James Clavell novel is Australia's deadliest and most feared. It's Player 2.
Yeah!
Correct. Player 2. The rare white alligator has a condition called leucism, meaning it lacks this skin pigment. Player 1. That's correct. You again, Player 1. In an animated 1987 TV special, this space-age family traveled back in time to meet the Flintstones. Let's hear it, Player 3.
Yeah!
Right. Player 3. In the pilot for this 60s sitcom, Jed and Jethro first meet Mr. Drysdale when he comes to get them out of jail. It's Player 1. Right. Player 1. The 1973 TV season gave us Richard Roundtree as this super cool private eye he'd played on film. Yes, player 1.
Yeah!
That is correct. Choose again, player 1.
According to his theme song, Mr. This will never speak unless he has something to say.
Okay, player 3. That's it. You get to pick again, player 3.
In the 50s, this movie Tarzan was still hanging out with a chimp, but he wore more than a loincloth as TV's Jungle Jim.
Yes, player 2.
Yes.
Select again.
With more than 70 million living with American households, this is the most common house pet in the United States.
It's player 1. Yes. Player 1. Back.
This type of parrot that bears the name of a South American river can get used to cooler temperatures.
Okay, player 2. Right you are.
Yeah!
We return to you, player
Often
2.
advertised in comic books, see these are actually brine shrimp in suspended animation.
Let's hear it, player 2. Yes. Please pick again, player
William
2.
Howard Taft was the last pres to have one of these grazing at the White House. Her name was Pauline Wayne.
Player 1.
Good.
Player 1, back to you.
One of the oldest domesticated dog breeds is the Saluki, the royal dog of this ancient people.
Let's hear it, player 3. That's right. Way to go. Player 3, you pick again, please.
Fancy a cuppa, love? Cuppa is a cup of this.
Okay, player 2. You are correct. You get to pick again, player 2.
This brand name has become a noun and a verb for vacuum.
Player 3. That is correct. You again, player 3.
While Americans put gas in their cars, the British put in this 6-letter equivalent.
It's player 3. Right. Select again.
This term for an electrical outlet sounds like a presentations program from Microsoft.
Yes, player 2.
Yes.
We return to you, player 2.
As they have a tendency to burst open in the frying pan, sausages are popularly called these.
Okay, player 1. Right. Player 1, pick again.
In A Christmas Carol, the ghost of this dead partner is the first spirit to visit Scrooge.
It's player 2.
Yeah!
Correct. Choose again, player 2.
In A Scandal in Bohemia and other early stories, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle gave this physician a wife, Mary Morstan.
Player 3. That's it. Player 3, back to you. Let's go to the Clue Crew for this next clue.
John Tenniel depicted this Lewis Carroll title character in 1865.
Let's hear it, Player 3. Good. Please pick again, Player 3.
The invaders in this H.G. Wells novel are described as having tentacles and a peculiar V-shaped mouth.
Yes, Player 2.
Hey, you're right.
Here's the $1,000 clue for you. Answer. It's the Daily Double. You are currently in second place. How much are you going to wager, Player 2? And the Daily Double clue.
Ivan Petrovich Voynitsky is the title character of this 1899 Chekhov play.
You are now in first place. Player 3, you're going first in Double Jeopardy, and we'll start that round right after this break. And we have 2 daily doubles awaiting you in these categories. Insects. Play along. Edgar Allan Poe. India. Royalty on film. And Our Founding Fathers. All right, Player 3, as promised, you pick first in Double Jeopardy. The finest singers among species of this insect are the tree type, not the house or field type. Player 1. You got it. Player 1. It reached Texas from Mexico around 1890 and spread into most cotton-growing areas of the United States. Yes, Player 1. Correct. Select again. Like 1990, 2007 was a year when these noisy insects famously swarmed the Midwest. Okay, Player 1.
Yeah!
Good for you. Player 1, back to you. Stoneflies belong to the order Plecoptera, which means pleated this. Let's hear it, Player 1. Good. You again, Player 1. Answer. The first of the 2 daily doubles. And you have the lead. What are you going to wager? Answer. 2 common shorthorn species of this in North America are the lubber and eastern lubber. That puts you even further ahead. Please pick again, Player 1. A childhood chum, or this month's centerfold. It's Player 3. Right you are. We return to you to treat something as less important. Let's hear it, Player 2. That is correct. Player 2. Beastly boisterous behavior. Player 2. That's correct. You get to pick again, Player 2. Alan Ball and Bud Schulberg came up with great ones. Yes, Player 3. Yes.
Player 3. This publication has been serving theater since 1884. Okay, Player 3. Right. Choose again, Player 3. According to an 1833 description, Poe dressed entirely in this color. It's Player 2. Yeah, good. Player 2. Poe's wife, who passed away at age 24, had this name, like the state at whose university Edgar studied. Okay, Player 1. Yes. Choose again, Player 1. The first obituary of Poe, which spoke of the frailties of genius, appeared in this city's Sun newspaper. Let's hear it, Player 1. You are correct. Player 1, back to you. In 1842, Poe reviewed this British author's Barnaby Rudge, which features, a human-like raven. Yes, Player 2. Yep. You again, Player 2. Poe won an 1833 short story contest with a story about one of these found in a bottle. It's Player 3. That's right. Way to go. You get to pick again, Player 3. The international airport in New Delhi bears her name. Player 1. Yeah! That is correct. Please pick again, Player 1. Jamshedji Natta, an important businessman of this movie capital, used his wealth to enrich it. Okay, Player 2. That's correct. Player 2, back to you. As the new leader of India, Lal Bahadur Shastri led it into a war with this neighbor in 1965. Let's hear it, Player 2. Hey, you're right. Player 2, pick again. The winner of the 1913 Nobel Prize for Literature, Rabindranath Tagore, was born in this former capital in 1861. It's Player 1. That's correct. Player 1, you pick again. Here's Kelly from our Clue Crew with the clue.
The gesture here typically accompanies this common Indian greeting, from Sanskrit for to bow.
Yes, Player 2. Right. Select again. Helen Mirren as this queen in The Queen. Player 1. Yeah. Correct. We return to you, Player 1. Kate Blanchett in 1998 as this title queen. Yes, Player 3. Yeah. Right. Select again. Kirsten Dunst in 2006 as this title queen. Let's hear it, Player 3. Right you are. You get to pick again, player 3. Robert Shaw was him in A Man for All Seasons. Okay, player 1. Yep. Player 1, back to you. Katharine Hepburn was her in The Lion in Winter. It's player 3. Good for you. You again, player 3. Let's go over to Kelly.
The southwest wall of the Thomas Jefferson Memorial displays an excerpt from this document, of which Jefferson was the primary author.
Player 1. That is correct. Player 1, you pick At age 15, he was a bell ringer at the Old North Church. 25 years later, he told the church sexton to light 2 lanterns. Okay, player 2. That is correct. Player 2, back. He served jointly with William Hunter as Postmaster General of the Colonies from 1753 to 1761. Player 2. You are correct. Please pick again, player 2. On April 24th, 1778, this naval hero captured the Drake, the first British ship defeated in war by an American ship. It's player 1. Ah, good. And the $2,000 clue? Answer, the second daily double. You are currently in the lead. Please enter your wager. Here is your clue. Before he was on the $10 bill, this first Treasury Secretary was one of the 39 signers of the Constitution. Congratulations, you're still in first, player 1. You all move on to Final Jeopardy, which will continue after these messages. Time to get ready for Final Jeopardy, and today the category is this: Midwest Topography. What are you going to wager? Each direction on the plus control pad represents a different response. Press a direction to select an answer. Here's your Final Jeopardy clue. This state has the largest sand dunes complex in the United States, just north of a river named for its flatness. What did you put as your response? How much do you add to your total with that correct response? What did you say? And this correct response will add how much to your score? Let's see your response. And that correct response will add You've come out ahead as our champion, player one. We'll see you next time.